Hi, it's Mete here, and this is my online setup that I use for group classes and for one-to-one lessons. It's pretty good. I'm very happy with it, and the students are really happy. And so today I just want to give you a little taster of what it is that I'm covering with some of the classes. I hope you like it. All right. Well, without a further ado, I'm just going to talk about like how to enhance your improvisation over a 12-bar blues. Not forgetting blues as a form is really, really important to learn. Doesn't matter what style of music you play. Anything that requires improvisation, melodic playing, knowing your accidentals and things like that. Blues is really the root, so you need to understand it. Most of you guys already know the minor pentatonic scale. And if you add the flat five, sorry, if you add the flat five in that scale, it becomes a blues scale, isn't it? Right? So we're talking about a 12 bar blues in the key of A. And I have three chords there, right? I have the A7 chord, the D7 chord, and the E7 chord. So I'm thinking about like, what is it that I can play on top of this, right? So yes, A minor pentatonic scale, or with that added flat five, the A blues scale. But it's always good to know the five positions that you can play the same scale on the guitar. I always think about like, what is the closest point to the nut? That's how my mind works, okay? And well, in A blues, A minor pentatonic, the flat 7G has a root here. So I start first of all with this one. I quite like this one. It's a really nice shape. I call this the Layla shape because you have that famous riff embedded in there. Right? So that's one. Then number two is your good old minor pentatonic. Then the third one is actually A minor's relative major cousin, which is right. And then you have the fourth shape, which I really like this one. All right. And the last one is actually the A minor pentatonic scale starting on the A string reference, but we just add the bottom E string on top of it and it goes like this. Okay? So you have these five patterns and you can play them any way you like them. You can manipulate them, you can just bend them, add glissando, slides, what have you, hammer-ons and pull-offs, all you can just jump from one to the other as long as you know your positions. So that's it. Five shapes for the A minor pentatonic. Then what do I have? I have the major pentatonic shapes. A major pentatonic. Why? Well, because the A dominant 7 chord is a funny chord. It's a major triad with a major third, but with a sad 7 in it, the minor 7, the flat 7. And because of that, the major pentatonic scale actually can handle that chord. Why? Because the major pentatonic does not have the major 7 interval in it when you play it. If I was to play it as a major scale, now that note would have clashed with the dominant 7. Okay, so major pentatonic works really well over the A7. Okay, and again, you need to know the five positions for that A major pentatonic scale being played over the A dominant 7 chord. Again, I always think about what is the closest thing to the nut. Basically, you are playing the same five shapes that you played for A minor pentatonic, but this time you're doing the same shapes for the A major pentatonic, also known as the F sharp minor pentatonic, because F sharp being A's relative minor. Okay, so I would start directly on F sharp. And then A major. And then so forth, you know. And then I would play. And then the Layla, you know. Okay, so altogether you have 10 patterns that you can play over a 12-bar blues in the key of A minor pentatonic 5 positions, and A major pentatonic 5 positions, depending how you want to sound. Like, you want to sound really nasty, or you want to sound a bit, you know, happy while you're questioning and answering your solos. I mean, if I played something in the key of A minor pentatonic, A blues, and then answered it with the major pentatonic, it creates quite a bit of a, not paradox, but contrast, you know. You know, nasty and cheerful, you know, yin and yang, that kind of thing, okay? So, minor pentatonic scales, major pentatonic scales. What else can I play through over these 3 chords? You know, now you have to think about the changes. You got to know your form in 12-bar blues. So, while the A7 chord is going on, D7 and E7 chord is going on, you have to be careful about the period when they are played. Say, for example, you can play a dominant 7 arpeggio over these chords, over A7. Maybe I can play and for the D7, E7, and don't forget, these arpeggios, they're interchangeable. I mean, for A7, I'm here, but I should be able to play it on the A string as well, right? And for the D7, I should be able to play it at E7. You know, so think about that as well. Okay, don't be stuck in just one position when you do these things. So yeah, I mean, over these chords I can play their dominant 7 arpeggios just to make that difference. Because you'll find out, like, when you play the D7 and the E7 arpeggios, there's one note that actually is not within the A minor pentatonic scale when you're using that scale to improvise all over the 12th bar in the key of A. For example, that note over works really well because that note is part of the here. Right? Okay. So same thing for the E7. You see that note is not in the minor pentatonic scale. Nice. It's different. Okay? So you can apply these arpeggios over the chord changes throughout the 12-bar blues. Then comes the 7-note applications like modes. I'm not going to talk about modes here because it's a long, very long topic. So just know and learn this, that a Mixolydian mode is pretty good over a dominant 7 chord. Alright, so here's the A7 and here's the A Mixolydian. It sounds really good. Why? Because Mixolydian mode is actually a major scale with a flat 7, minor 7 in it, and that's exactly what a dominant chord is a major triad with a flat 7 and minor 7 in it. So it's a perfect 7-note mode for a dominant 7. So you have to learn these modes, okay? For I play it again. Here's the A7, the A Mixolydian. And for the A string shape, for the D7, which is in the 12th bar blues on 4th chord, right? And for the E7, Okay, so minor pentatonic scales, major pentatonic scales for the same root, and then the arpeggios, dominant 7 arpeggios for each chord, and then the Mixolydian mode for each chord change, right? I'm just going to play a slow blues backing track in the key of A, a 12 bar, and I'm just going to sprinkle these ideas, and I'm just going to shout out when I'm doing so. Let's see if you can spot them yourselves as well, right? So here we go. So here comes the 12 bar blues, right? I'm just going to start with the minor pentatonic scale. Now here comes the D7 chord. That's the D7 arpeggio. Back to blues. E7 arpeggio. D7 Mixolydian. Back into A blues. Now A major pentatonic. D7 arpeggio, that is, and into the A blues. Major pentatonic. Now E7 Mixolydian, D7. Now watch this. That's that note coming from the D7 arpeggio. Alright, now I'm back into the blues again. Here comes the E7, I'll pull the same trick. So now it's your turn. Just get yourself a backing track, a slow one, and then apply these ideas. Be brave and bold, and have some fun. It's all about that, and never forget that, okay? That's why we ended up as musicians. So I hope this taster was okay for you guys. And let me know how we get on with it. Alright? See you next time. Bye.